What's up, y'all? Polo Sports Talking Entertainment here again with another one. Hit the like button, sub to the channel if you're not a member, and also hit them notifications so that you're able to get all of my content and all of my videos. Very important. Make sure you're hitting them notifications because I want to let y'all know that YouTube is acting funny. They're not sending my notifications out uh, to various people, and you know, and also, you know, I'm not putting no pressure on anybody or making it mandatory or nothing like that. But, you know, come and check out to see if I've dropped anything new, because a lot of times there's people that have been telling me that they haven't been getting my content, my notifications and stuff, and they'll be like, hey, Polo, I'm sorry, stuff like that. Look, y'all don't owe me no apology. I know how it is, you know. For some people that don't come through or whatnot, I don't fault y'all because I know what they doing. I know what they doing to the LDBC. I know what they doing to brothers amongst us too. There's several guys who they'll drop content and I don't get it till like 3 days later, believe it or not. You know, and everybody thinks like, oh yeah, well, he ain't coming over here because of this or that. It ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm just letting you know that YouTube is acting funny towards us because we deflect a lot of the stuff that's going on in the mainstream media. We we go left, right? We go left, and they're going right, quote unquote, the righteous path. The fuck out of here with that bullshit. But anyways, like I said, make sure that you're getting, uh, you coming to the page and you hitting the notification bell so that you're able to get my content. And if you're not getting a notification, just come check me out too, okay? But anyways, man, let's go ahead and get right into this. All right. Now, what's up with it, Daryl Sloan? I see you in the building too. Make sure y'all go subscribe to my homeboy, Daryl Sloan, man, a historian of the highest order, and definitely is on his basketball ish and on his toes too as well. What's up, True Viking Queen? I see you in the building. Now, let's get right to this. There's a lot of people, or players, I should say, rather, that are in the NBA 75 that should not be in there. Okay, let's just call it what it is. It's no disrespect to them as a player. I understand that they made the league, how hard they work, and how hard it is to make a sacrifice like that to get into the cream of the crop. And a lot of people's eyes, they do see the NBA as the cream of the crop or the top league. And these are some of the best athletes in the entire world and some of the best players in the entire world. And uh, believe it or not, some of the best people in the entire world. However, having said all of that, there's a lot of people that should not be in that NBA 75. I've voiced my opinion about this before, and I really want to go in depth into this. I'm not going to keep y'all too long, but I do need to talk about this. Now, let me be real about something before I touch on this. I was like when I first saw Dennis Johnson, I wasn't a fan of him. I would critique his game and I'd be like, man, who is this guy, man? Like, playing like this because the way that he played for some of y'all, if you look at it, he didn't really have the most enjoyable game to watch like that. Primarily because he was a lockdown defender. Okay, he was a lockdown defender, and when you're growing up, you look at the game different than when you get older, unless somebody is there to try to. If you're not getting looked for the second send feedback and complain to YouTube. Oh, Scrub, I'm already on that, man. You don't have to let me know that, man. I already know that, man. But salute to you. Now, anyways, his game wasn't that enjoyable to watch. And I'm talking about when he got to Boston. Okay. By then I was, you know, I was a little bit younger, but I was still, still growing up. You know what I'm saying? And I was a child. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really understand the importance of what Dennis Johnson was doing. Okay. Now, uh, okay, Scrub. I know what you meant. You're talking about for the subs. Okay, my bad, Scrub. I understand what you meant, bro. Sorry about that, brother. All right. Now, when it comes to a guy like Dennis Johnson, okay, like I said, his game wasn't enjoyable to watch. And when you're younger and you see other players that are more exciting and they could jump out of the gym and dunk on people and even like crossing people up, you tend to forget about the real value of guys and the importance of guys like a Dennis Johnson that are truly beneficial to a championship team. And once I got to do my research as I got older with Dennis Johnson, I said, man, you would have loved to appreciate a guy like Dennis Johnson because of what he brought to the table, right? Now, Dennis Johnson, 6'4", 185, uh, from Cali by way of Compton, and went to Dominguez. And Dominguez is a real popular school in terms of they have a basketball culture. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, uh, I think I want to say Tyson Chandler went there. I think it was Tyson Chandler that went there. I'm not too sure, but any anyhow, he was selected 29th overall by the Supersonics in the 1976 NBA draft. All right. Now, what people got to understand is that during these times, okay, the rules were just starting to change and starting to take effect or whatever with the NBA. All right. Um, you know, the game was played much different. It was much more physical. And also what you have to realize is that when everybody pretty much played defense. So for a guy like Dennis Johnson to thrive on defense, it was a big thing because it was just like, wow, this guy, he plays tremendous defense when everybody played defense pretty much. Now you did have guys that played their roles and they were more utilized for 3-point shooting, uh, and the scoring aspect of the game, their primary score, and a lot of stuff that came in, you know. And the one thing that a lot of people don't understand is that the 3-point line was not there. You weren't going to just run up and shoot it and then you said, oh, okay, uh what's up with it there? I'll see you in the building. You weren't just gonna run up and shoot it like that. It wasn't like that. And you see in this picture right here, Dennis Johnson was picking you up 94 feet. And the 3-point line did not come until the uh the 79 season. Okay. And that was something that the NBA stole from the ABA. People don't believe that, but they stole that from the ABA. Just like they stole a lot of other stuff from the ABA. When I hear people talk about, oh yeah, well the ABA wasn't nothing, da, 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 all this other stuff, man, please. ABA was much more enjoyable to watch, and it was a lot of high flying action. lot of up and down, running, free flow. It was more enjoyable. The NBA was more uh it was more suited for it was a more seriousness if that makes any sense, and it didn't cater to the to the fans that really wanted to see action packed, high flying, up and down. Pretty much a conglomerate of everything like the ABA. It's a more free flow uh, type of atmosphere as opposed to the NBA. It was kind of slowed down. You know what I'm saying? A lot more plays, sets, things of that nature. A lot more defense too. Not to say that the ABA didn't play any defense. Now, I don't mean to get off the rails. Now, when we talk about Dennis Johnson, the reason why I got Dennis Johnson in the NBA 75, let's just start it off right off the bat. He led the 1978, 1979 Seattle Supersonics team, and he was the Finals MVP. And they blew out the Washington Bullets, right? They blew out the Washington Bullets, and he was the Finals MVP in that whole series. I think that tends to get forgotten, and he was the one that brought the only championship to that franchise. So that's important. That's one case that we could state. He was the one that led the charge, and he was doing it on both ends of the floor, right? He also got a championship in 83, 84, and 84 and 85. When the Boston Celtics when they repeated. You know what I'm saying? And he was amongst that team. Now, people forget that he did play for Phoenix too. He played two seasons with Phoenix, but he was still rather productive. Now, some people are going to look at his numbers because he only averaged 15.9 points per game, but he was averaging 1.3 steals and 1.2 blocks, which is absurd for a guard during that time. And he also was giving you 3.5 assists or whatever. You might look at the numbers and be like, oh well, man, he didn't score that much. The point guard position was played much different, and what coaches really loved was a lockdown defender in a point guard. All right, when the very couple seasons a couple seasons later he was averaging almost around that 20. He was at 19. Then with the Suns he was at 19 with the Supersonics, and he was at went down. I think his third season or whatnot. And another thing that you also have to realize about Dennis Johnson is how durable he was. He only missed a handful of games. In his career, he played 1,100 games. And let's just go ahead and go through the totality. When you talk about just being a straight Iron Man, nobody talks about the Iron Man that Dennis Johnson was, right? 81, 81, 80, 81, 79, 80, 77, 80. I'm talking about the total numbers of games he played. 80, 78, 79, 77, 72, 75. That's durability at its best. And then you got guys constantly out, constantly taking time off. I got this wrong with me. I got that wrong with me. Blah 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 blah. All right. You know, yes, he didn't average that much in scoring, but you got to look at the total of assists that he was getting, and he was always good for over the course of his career. Um, he was good for one, a steal or better. But sometimes it's not about how many steals you average or how many blocks you average. It's about what you're doing defensively, to lock your man down or even cause disruption. A lot of times, he was altogether a nine times all defensive team, in which he was six all defensive first team, and then he was all defensive second team 3 times. and that was when he was Celtics. Myself personally, I felt like he should have been 9-time all defensive of the first team, but of course you had other guys coming in emerging at that time. He, like I said, he was a 3-point champion. I mean, 3-time champion, and also he was a 5-time All-Star as well. Now, a lot of people, you talk about a guy like Dame, and you talk about you said Walt Frazier, Gary Payton, Dennis Johnson are the 3 best defensive point guards in history. More also, but those are the main 3. Yeah, exactly. That's facts. But me myself personally, I got Dennis Johnson. But because the thing about it is that in my eyes, Dennis Johnson he was gonna pick you up all the time, and much like a lot of those guys did, and he sacrificed his scoring. The point guard position wasn't meant to be a pretty, much like the center. They weren't supposed to be a pretty position, if that makes any sense. They were supposed to, believe it or not, a point guard held a lot of responsibilities. But one could argue also that between the point guard and as well as the power forward and the center, those guys they did a lot of the dirty work too. Now, when I say dirty work, for a power forward in the center or whatever, yeah, it was a rugged type of position, rim protecting, power, both underneath and stuff like that. But guess what? Your point guard is important too, because guess what? Back in the days, and I know several coaches that teach for their point guard and their guards to block out too. But you had to block out. You had to dive on the floor. That's why I was talking to True the King earlier. Shout out to True the King TV. Um, Earlier in the week, we were all taught that if the ball is on the floor, don't care if you a power forward, if you're a center, if you're shooting guard, small forward, whatever position, you all dive on the floor, you all crash the board, and that's how the game was taught to be played. Now, I'm gonna say this too, and then I'll let anybody in. I got a couple of things I got to do today, so I'm not gonna be on here that long. But let me say this though: you look at Dame Lillard. Dame Lillard, the reason why he shouldn't be in there is because he didn't do his resume is not as good as a Dennis Johnson. Yeah, he might have led his team and all this other stuff, and people are gonna come with this silly stuff saying, "Oh, well, he didn't have no weapon." Yes, he had weapons. He could get there. There's no excuses. But that's the thing. He played hero ball, and that was the difference between him and Dennis Johnson. Nothing. Yeah, he might have been more talented. He looked more flamboyant. He was nice and all that other stuff. But Dennis Johnson was going to get you rings. Dennis Johnson was going to lock down your man. You know, and then also when you let's break it down again and go the extra mile too. Check this out. You got a guy like AD, been hurt ever since he came into the league. I just told you the amount of games that Dennis Johnson played, right? He was always good between 75 and 80 game 82 damn near 82 games a season. So if you're looking at it from a standpoint of putting together a roster and a team, and then also let's just put the icing on the cake as well as NBA 75. This is Iron Man at its best, and this is a champion at its best. And on top of that, I must state again, he bought the only championship, as well as the others, that was on that team as well. Not taking away from any of those other guys, but he was a part of that team, right? The only franchise, just like LeBron James brought the only, as well as a few others in the supporting cast, Kyrie Irving, all them other guys, brought the only championship to Cleveland. So we got to look at it's just a prime example. You got to look at it from that standpoint, and that's why he has a case. And I'm gonna do some more. I'm gonna do some more other guys that should be in here that have a whole a great resume on their list. You know what I'm saying? They have a resume and they have an argument to state their case. Now, what's up with it, Grinder? I see you in the building. When you step on this panel, okay, and whoever wants to come in, don't come in here with no bullshit. I'm letting you know that now. If you ain't got nothing to say, you don't know your history, you don't know facts, you just sitting up in here and you Googling and then you looking at it and you trying to make an analytical argument, or if you just really don't have shit to say, stay the fuck off my panel. Okay? I'm letting you know that. Stay the fuck off my panel. I want people that's gonna actually talk on here. If you don't have nothing to say, stay the fuck off my panel. Okay? We here to talk basketball and we here to get it in, man. I don't want anybody on here that don't know what the fuck they talking about. I take it serious, and the guys that I deal with, they take it serious. Okay? And if you coming up in here to deflect or you want to argue or something like that, I want you to keep it respectful, because everybody's not going to agree on everything. We all have some disagreements, but just keep it respectful, man. That's all I'm saying. You know, we all get on here. Everybody always gets on here and, I don't have nothing to say. Motherfucker, then why you step up on here then? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just like if you're going to go holler at a female or something like that, why you going to approach her if you ain't got nothing to say? She going to be like, man, this dude ain't fun. I don't want to be around him. She going to go to the next nigga. It's just an example. But we talking about Dennis Johnson. We talking about DJ, a.k.a. Red. That's what we talking about. If you feel like he shouldn't be in the NBA 75, holler at me. Let me know. If you feel like he is, that's great. But a lot of people, you get a lot of these. I respect the new school and I respect the old school. I respect both of them. I'm not one dimensional when it comes to basketball, because that's why I watch college basketball. I watch high school basketball. I watch it all. I don't sit here and be like, oh, well, I don't watch that, man. Man, you need to open up your motherfucking mind. That's why you never progress anywhere. Some of you sit up there, you be like, oh, man, I ain't gonna do that. Man, get off my lawn ass motherfucker shit up out of here. I watch little kids play ball. I watch elementary. Oh, man, I ain't gonna go to no girls' high school. I'll go there, because I guarantee you what, they harder on the girls than they are the guys. Oh, man, I'm a part of the manosphere. Man, I ain't gonna go to that shit. What motherfucker, fuck you, okay? I got a daughter, and I got cousins that play ball or whatever, that are females. They play volleyball, they run track, and I go and support them. Stop making all these fucking excuses and open your mind up, and maybe you'll learn something. But until then, you're always gonna be set in your ways. What's up with it, Stephen Green? Go ahead, Grinder. I'm hyped up this Saturday. Please do not come up on here with that slacking shit.
Good afternoon, PCU and your families, and even the ones in the chat, PCU and your family. Dennis Johnson, y'all know when he used to play college of Pepperdine. That's in California, West Coast. He was a center. Then he turned into guard. He helped Seattle won championship back in, I believe, '79. Well, not late. Lenny Wilkins, to me, very underrated. One of the few that was voted Hall of Fame and got in a basketball Hall of Fame coach and even player. Not that many can say it, but I'm gonna get that the way. Dennis Johnson was a catalyst of them great Sonic teams back in the mid '70s, even towards in the '70s. Because you gotta understand, Seattle was really knocking on the door, especially like in the mid-70s. They was getting closer till they won in 79. Little history about that. Washington in 78, 79, Washington Bullets and Seattle played against each other in the finals. Washington won in 78, I believe, and Seattle won in 79. That we don't talk about those teams. Very underrated. Great rivalry. Jim Johnson could do it all. But people know him as he played defense. But Dennis Johnson could pass. He could orchestrate court, no matter if it's fast break or half court. And then think about it, he helped Boston win the title too. He was the integral part. I think that I don't know, it's the I believe 84 or something like that. But he was a big part of helped the Celtics win the title. That and then who's the coach of the Celtics? The late great Casey Jones. So when Brother Polo was talking about history, that's what he talked about. Do your history. I'm a back, Brother Polo on this. If you don't know it, sit back and be quiet and learn, just as me and Brother Polo did and others. And also Dennis Johnson could play in this era too. I'm sorry, the late great Dennis Johnson that left us too early. So
gone too soon.
Gone too soon. So look up his stats. You gonna tell me he's in the Hall of Fame, right?
Yeah, he's in the Hall of Fame, man. He was inducted. And listen, yeah, you could look at his stats, but like I always tell people, and Grinder, you know what it is, and so do you, Brother Daryl Sloan. Stats don't tell the whole story.
No, it don't. But
because if you go back and you look at if you look at him as a grown man, and you really pay attention to basketball, and you really played the game, you'll be like, wow, I want a motherfucker like that on my team.
But I want you to understand what I'm saying, Digipo. But they always talk about look at stats. All right, look at Dennis Johnson stats. Untouched. Hall of Fame.
You're talking about the accolades.
Right, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, because you had said stats, so
I'm sorry, the accolades.
Yeah.
Because we might as well, if we gonna look at stats, we might look at the accolades. You got accolades. So
right. 3-time champion, finals MVP. Dame Lillard don't got that. AD don't have that.
Right. So when you talk about that, and I'm gonna tell you, Brother T. Price made a great point. The ones who play right now, they should not even be on the list. Because there's quite a few greats have made an impact in the NBA. What it is so far is left out.
All right, Daryl, man, what you got on this? And then after that, Scrub Zero, go ahead and go, and then it's a free for all. I guess brother Daryl fell off. Scrub Zero, man, what's up with it, man? Like I said, man, if you're gonna step up on this panel today, man, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta come with it.
No, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, either bring the heat or take your motherfucking ass home.
I hear you.
Nah, seriously, that's to everybody, man.
I know. I got you. Polo, in fact, you was the reason I started really
Oh, Curly from Three Stooges ass. Don't say Yeah, man, I can't do that boring shit. That's not how I grew up. You know what I'm saying? When you at a barbecue, you talk. You know what I'm saying? When you at a cook, you talk. When you cooking breakfast, you talk. When you eating dinner, you talk. When you at a game, you talk. When you with a female, you talk. Go ahead.
Yeah, like I said, in fact, you was the reason I really started looking into Dennis Johnson. I'm like, yo, like when you told me about, I'm like, oh, that I forgot how old. It's been a while now, but like when we had that conversation, you brought him up. I'm like, yo, let me check this dude out. And like, there's you can look at the numbers, but the numbers don't do it justice. Like this dude was straight. I'm like, yo, this dude is amazing. He understood how to play how the game should be played. He scored when needed. He knew how to assist the ball. Like the numbers don't show it so much because he was never the highest assist guy, but he knew how to set the offense and get the team in the right situation. And defensively, yo, that dude was a monster. I still got to take. I'm still looking more into.
Hey, my bad, Scrub. Hey, no, it was Bird. It was Bird that made the key steal.
The steal,
and then he made the key shot.
Yep.
He made the key shot. Bird made the steal. DJ made the shot. Remember that, Stephen? Go ahead.
No, you could just like I said. That's why you can't just look at numbers. You got to look at this tape. The tape would really show you just what kind of player he was, and and I'm like, damn. I wish more players played like this now. I understand that it's a different game, and you got more 3-point shooting and whatnot, but like just the attention to detail.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you, but you fell out, so we were letting the brother Scrub Deal go, brother Daryl. So,
okay, I'm just checking.
Yeah, I'm good now. Like, listen, I enjoy watching this game.
Hey, Scrub, listen. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I'm piggybacking off of what you said. See, Scrub brought up a great point yesterday in his video. I watched his video too. What's the difference between a good player and a great player?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And look, just because you sitting up there and you dunking over motherfuckers or you Vince Carter and motherfuckers and all that other bullshit, that's great as far as athleticism and all that, but we're talking about overall. Well-rounded.
Absolutely. That's going back to what I was saying. I'm telling y'all, you number one grinder in polo sports, man. A lot of people don't get credit for the dirty work, man. The center position and point guard position is not meant to be a fancy position. However, it does have a huge impact on getting your team to the next level and winning in the long run. It has a huge impact. It always has for the majority of the history of the game. But a lot of times, just like you said, people will look at your stats and just say, "Oh, this player was pretty good, but not that good." But people don't put a few things in context. Number one, depends on what team he has around him, what team he has around him, and two, the roles. Dennis Johnson he'll fit just about on. He probably fit on any team because of what he did defensively, how great he could set up offense, he could take charges. He didn't really care about. Maybe he could have scored more points, probably, but he didn't really care about stats a lot. He did what he did, that he had to do to win, to help his team win. Any great player from the Boston Celtics will tell you how great he was.
Yeah, and also too, he's one of the throwback point guards. See, people don't understand what a point guard do. Point guard is an orchestrate of offense and defense. That means he had to let the other people know where the pick is going, what plays they run. You got to understand what they tell them where the back door is going to be. Like I said, they're gonna shoot a back pick, front pick, all that. And then the Johnson he had to control all that. And then he, to me, that makes him great. Tell me how many point guards could do that. I'll
Not
wait.
many, not many can. But you got I like a lot of point guards. If they're not getting the amount of shots they want, or they're not scoring enough points, they always complain about that stuff. And just like you said, the Iron Man that Dennis Johnson was, he ain't gonna miss no game. He barely missed games. Period. He barely missed games. A lot of that gets left out about how durable a person is. It's just like it don't count for anything.
Right, he always showed up on playoffs.
Absolutely. Different between a good player and a great player. Good players, they can dominate a game, but never find ways to win. Great players always find ways to win. Always find ways to get better. You know, they always find a way to help their team win. Even if they don't ever win, they always find ways to do what they can, try to put themselves in the best position to win.
Understanding situational, like when you talk about like a guy like that, he understood when he needed to take over, when he needed to pull back, how setting teams up, setting his teammates up, knowing when to score. And knowing when in the game it is to do all those things.
Absolutely. A lot of that stuff gets forgotten. For a lot of players, majority of an average NBA fan, they'll just look at scoring. That's all they're really concerned about. They won't look at other ways. Like I said before, on y'all live streams, pretty much offense 50%, defense other 50%. They leave out defense. They leave that out. You see what I'm saying? Because it's not really a glorified thing. You see what I'm saying? So, which is bad because that's why a lot of people skip over Dennis Johnson. It's like Chris Broussard said. He said, "When he ain't nothing special." You gotta be kidding me. There's a reason why. There's a reason why everybody on those '80s teams says he was probably the best player, or probably second to Bird, the most dependable player they ever played with.
Mm-hmm. Heck, even with offense, they think offense is only scoring. Nah, there's other things that go on offense.
Offensive rebounding, setting set picks for your team.
Yep.
Taking charges.
Second chance points, second chance rebounds.
Heck, making those back cuts, knowing when to go inside the lane, when to leak out, like all those things matter. It's not stuff that's in the stat sheet, ain't stuff that gets talked about a lot. But the floor spacing, you got to know where to be on the floor in certain situations.
Exactly. But nobody talks about that. That's the average NBA fan, man. But those who know, probably the basic things, the classic things, do to help your team win, they don't know that stuff. You see what I'm saying? But if people go ahead.
No. I was saying that. Go ahead. I quit.
I was just gonna say this, that if you sit up there and you tell me something, well, I can't watch high school ball, or I can't watch college ball, or any of that. How can I even have a conversation with you in terms of basketball? Because in high school, you are taught all these things, or supposed to be, all the fundamentals and stuff like that. And then when you get to the NBA, a lot of those players, they tend to forget some of the fundamentals. Some of them don't even come in with fundamentals. They come in with raw athleticism and don't really know the true essence of fundamentals of the game and stuff. And so that's why, like, some people, they'll say, well, yeah, he should spend a year or two in college and stuff, because you're taught that sort of stuff. Look at when my last point. Look at that's why, like, when T. Price, when he watches college the way that he does, and I watch college the way that I do, Scrub too, a lot of brother Del Sloan, and especially Grinder, they're doing the stuff that you're supposed to. Like, if you go and look at the college game, they're running. They're sometimes, in a lot of cases, they're running a press. Look at the sets that they're running. Look at the effort that they're doing. They're blocking out. They're diving on floor, stuff like that. Only people you really see diving on the floor is a guy like Marcus Smart. And if you want to know any comparison to a DJ, it's sort of like a Marcus Smart. Mm-hmm. Because DJ used to do the same thing. Guess what we play for? Play for Boston. I imagine he watching clips of DJ. Go ahead.
Yeah, and also too, you're talking about the fast break. I bet you the youngsters don't know who invented the fast break. I know. Coach McClendon. He was inducted to the Hall of Fame, sadly, as a contributor.
Fact.
And that's sad. Won
Yeah.
over 500, over 500 some games. I think his last team he coached was Southern. You know who played for him? Avery Johnson. Avery Johnson was talking about him. Then when they run the fast break, they just go by numbers. How to beat defenses.
Yeah, man. Facts, man. Yeah, there's a lot more. There's a lot more after watch the game. There's a lot more than just numbers. Like I said, stuff that don't show up on the stat sheet. How well you stay in front of your man, how well you can get steals, how well you can contribute to your team, how well you can get offensive rebounds. It just every people don't know every little thing helps. The little things, I mean, listen, I've said it time and time again, it's not a fancy position. That in a center position. But at the same time, it accounts for a whole lot of wins. Every little thing you do for your team that don't stop on the stat sheet, that makes a difference. That makes a difference. But a lot of people just don't see that because they're always concerned about a box score, how many points you got. Which is sad. That's why a lot of stuff is definitely misleading.
That's true. And even like the great Big O when Chris Rebel was interviewing her. And then Oscar Robinson said, I got to make sure everybody is good. Even the ones that grab the rebound, set picks, got to get them in the game. Mm-hmm. He busts his hump, grab rebounds and picks, and you don't want to give him a shot. You got to give him in because I'm gonna need it because I'm gonna need him.
Exactly.
That's a true point guard. When you got the number 11 for 12 guy, and I'm saying he finds sweet spot, work with him, and we give him the ball. Why do you think everybody? Why do you think most of the people they never say nothing bad about Oscar Robertson, even the ones that won't even know? Because he gets you in the game. He grab that rebound. I'm gonna give him some shots because them shots gonna help us to win. And that's what DJ done too. If you look at DJ, you know what I'm saying? That's how he was. If I always know who the lead person. All right, I'm gonna give you the ball. I'm gonna make it easy for you. That's a true point guard.
Listen, if I know this, if this is a guy who be doing a lot of dirty work, and he's expending a lot of energy on that, doing the little things on both ends. I gotta let him feel like he's also involved in the game as far as the scoring. I gotta let him know, hey, like I see you doing that work. We gonna get some opportunities. I'm gonna give you the ball. By all means, take your shot. If you miss, that's okay. Because let him know that he's a part of the team and he's that you can get him in the rhythm. He feels it's like a mentality thing. It really just helps. Usually, like with the big man, like let him get some quick layups, and later on you see he's still engaged. He's still willing to box out. He's still willing to set that screen. He's going to get that. He'll take that charge.
You know, it's funny, man, because if you look at if y'all probably been watching the game, just for a little getting off topic real quick. If you look at the Spurs and the Miami Heat in 2013 NBA Finals, and Ray Allen shot that shot,
mm-hmm.
but they never point out who has got that rebound to make it possible.
Chris Bosh. They look at who made the shot. They never point that out. Who grabbed the rebound for it to make it possible to even have a chance of getting the shot up? They leave that out, man.
Why you think we don't fuck with Skip Bayless? He up in here talking about, calling Chris Bosh man. I'm not gonna disrespect my guy because he's from Texas. I'm not gonna disrespect the great Chris Bosh. Listen, I put to you like this, brother Del Swan, Grinder, and Scrub Zero. Hey, you ask anybody who used to shut down gyms in Texas, they'll tell you people like Chris Bosh. They'll tell you like T.J. Ford. They'll tell you Daniel Ewing. they'll tell you a motherfucker like Julius Randle, who they talk all that shit about. Julius Randle, yeah, I know he playing like ass right now, Grinder, but I guarantee you he'll come to this motherfucker, he'll shut that motherfucker down. That motherfucker ruthless at the rim.
So he is.
Don't lose no motherfucking games at all. That motherfucker can hoop. So you gotta watch what like I'm talking about Skip Bayless and all these other stupid motherfuckers that be on there on that trashy ass media, what they be saying about Chris, guys like Chris Bars and LaMarcus Aldridge too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. They never ever pointed out for the guy who made it possible. At least I think he had a rebar tapped in the arm, on Ray Allen. They never point out who made it possible. They never point that. They never point that out. They never.
What's up, Jelly Bean?
Never,
I see you in the building, bro.
they never point that out, man. They never point that out. That's why it's a shame that the dirty work. I mean, listen, that's why it's a shame that the dirty work does not get recognized. It doesn't get recognized at all, man. It's a shame, man. That's a shame. That is a shame. It really is. It really is. Because if somebody doing the scoring good, but who gonna get the rebound? Who can get extra possessions? Who can protect the basketball?
Who set the pick?
Yeah, exactly. Things like that. Yes, things like that.
If we run a fast break, who's in the right spot? Are we getting those advantages? 3-on-1, 3-on-2, come on, 4-on-3.
The angles.
Right.
See how the defensive men play. Man, we can be all that. But see, you cannot tell these young ones. You can't talk to them. I've done like DJ Paul. I mean, Brother Paul will tell you, and I'm done talking to them. I'm done.
Yeah,
See, when we have these conversations, I don't mind having conversations with y'all. You see how fluid it is? We bounce off each other. I like that. But the average young one, I can't do it. I cannot do it. No.
Exactly, man. Like I said, they just look at stats. They just look at it. Stats is good, but if you dig deep into it, there's a whole lot more besides that. Besides the box score. That's why people have to watch the games.
Yep. Like how you defend the post? Can you front the post that time? Are you going to front the post? Are you going to come on the double for the catch? Or can you sit on that dude's knee and make it unfavorable to passing the ball? Because now you got him pinned. All right. When you get it, if you're on the offense, all right. Am I 1-on-1? Is there going to be a guy who cuts? How soon are they bringing that double?
Yeah.
Yeah, how can you get open? How can you defend? How can get away from picks? How can you make it hard for somebody to score? How can you get a guy shooting low percentage?
Right.
Shooting low percentage.
Right. How you could reset? You know the double coming. Yo, throw it back to me. Bang.
Throw it back. You got the cutter. Is there a lane across the court? Now, cross-court passes are dangerous, but are they not defending it? Because that defender's not defending. That dude's open. You throw it across the court.
Exactly. So I always want to point that out, man, because it's a very important part of the game. Everything as far as winning basketball games, everything that you do is a very crucial part of winning basketball games. That's something a lot of people like to point out. They don't like to look at points. That's just the main thing, how many points you average. Yeah, but there's a lot of people in the history of the game that average a lot of points and didn't win nothing.
Right.
People that's playing now and people that played a long time ago. You see what I'm saying? So,
and now in today's league, you got a bunch of switching because teams switch everything, which is foolish. Like I get there's a use to switching, but like the amount of switching they do is too much. It's like, how about you get over the thing on screen? Like force that ball handler to make a decision. Force him if he got to drive, if he got to shoot, if that make sure that screener actually sets a good screen and doesn't move. And then you get the switch. Okay, I got a mismatch. Is it more of where's my better advantage? Is it me who's handling the ball against the big? Is it my big now on small guy? Like, can we swing it around and get the ball back to him and give him an easy opportunity? All those small things, man.
Exactly. They don't pull out the small things. They don't want to pull out the small things.
Because the little things are the big things. Like, they think it's just little. All right, you think it's little, and it is little, but it adds up. All those little things add up, and next thing you make that attention to detail, and you look at the game like so you can have one team that has like you could be out rebounded like 50 to 42. But all right, what do you get with those opportunities? Were you able to score? Did you run a good offense? Did you just get a bunch of offensive rebounds and not capitalize? As opposed to that other team, all right, they got less opportunities, but they were more efficient. They were more effective in those opportunities.
Of course. And especially, just like you said, the little thing, yeah, but it adds up, especially in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
If you know,
This is why.
go ahead.
No, go ahead. My fault. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying, the great ones always step up and play like Dennis Johnson. Always the great ones.
Stephen Green, you said Skip Lilas.
yeah.
I was gonna say differently, but I'm gonna show some respect to your talent.
Man, just say what you got to say, bro. It can't be
I
that bad.
was
Some of the
gonna
shit
say-
I done said.
I was gonna say Skip Bishless. I was gonna say that.
Oh yeah, I mean that shit. That ain't bad. That's the truth though, Grinder. Facts. I mean, look, he dick ride Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Jordan fan, but I'm objective when it comes to him, just like I am with any other player. You can't sit up here and act like that player didn't do no wrong. I could take a player that you think is really, really perfect and everything. They all have flaws. So that's the way, that's the way you got to be able to look at the game, man.
And Jordan is a great. Jordan was a great talent, one of the greats. But throughout his career, he didn't get along with his teammates.
No. He got along with them better since Phil Jackson. Maybe Phil Jackson was talking to him.
I said like this: the first 8 years.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. We leave it there. That's fair.
And Michael Jordan was the primary scorer. He still was primary scorer, but he took a lot of the load on his and then when Phil came along, he got him to understand the importance of utilizing your teammates. So yeah, he was still dropping his 30, but now it wasn't like it was a different 30. It was
the 30 that mean a lot in the equate of winning and trusting your teammates.
Right.
And see, look, another angle. The reason why I don't call players trash, or like, for instance, shout out to the homie, to the brother, Kwame Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's why I don't disrespect that man saying, oh yeah, he was a bust or any of that other stuff, because hey, guess what? He did something that very few people can even say that they did, which was stepped on the NBA floor, yet alone play 12 years.
12,
so,
right.
Yeah, so the thing about it is like, okay, you calling this guy a reject, or you calling this guy a bust, or he didn't make it. Okay, well, what did you do? What's on your resume?
Right.
What championships have you won on any level? What champions have you played with on any level? So that's why, like, I don't, when people be like, oh, he trash, da 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 da. Okay, he's in the NBA now. Now he might not be my favorite player or whatever, but I'm not going to disrespect the man and call him trash or anything, because the amount of work that y'all see that some of these NBA players, my last point, that some of these NBA players put in, y'all couldn't do 2 minutes of what they do. I got to echo.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's me. Hold on, I'll get it straight. My fault.
With Kwame Brown, how do you dude played 12 years? You listen. We seen how the league's done some players. If they really a problem, they or whatever, they'll get them out the league. You don't play 12 years by mistake. Ain't no accident to make it in any professional league for 12 years. You can't just be there and not contribute in any way, shape, or form. So now we can't just be saying these. Now listen, I ain't gonna say none of these guys are trash. I can do half of what these cats do. What I'll say if they ain't playing well, you could if we just talking about the game, like, all right, he didn't do X, Y, and Z. That's why his team lost, but ain't no need to be going on this saying he trash or this or that. Like, listen, and then you also got to understand what was his role. Whatever that player role was, like, if a player's role is to play, like for a big man, if he's to play defense, get rebounds, set screens, like, just do the little things, and whatever scoring we get from you, we will take. And that player does exactly that. What's the issue? Like, but you know, it's all about who we like. It's all about the glamour, highlights, what's trending, and it's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, and going back to the Kwame Brown thing about the bus, I mean, yeah, he is as far as what people reject him to be being the more overall pick, no doubt about that. But the man played 12 years in the NBA. He lasted longer than a lot of players that had a potential but didn't live up to it. Anthony Bennett was out the league for like maybe in 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, check this. Yeah. Okay, if you want to call him a bust, go ahead. Yeah, face him and he'll bust your ass. Matter of fact, bring your female around him. He'll bust a nut. And he probably, he is I guess you could call him a bust. Yeah, go ahead, call him that. He probably done busted his nut on probably a lot of the best females that you could think of that you only dream about. Yeah, go ahead, call him that. But I guarantee you, he'll bust your ass. I'm talking about in a one-on-one situation. Right. Nigga, you average height. That nigga like 6'10", 6'11". Nigga, you ain't even gonna have no chance.
Yeah, no chance. And you know Kendrick Perkins,
Sorry, brother Derek Sloan, man. I got a little.
Kendrick Perkins, you need to shut up because he talked about Kendrick. He talked about Kwame last year. You need to shut up. How many knee pads you had?
Thanks.
How many Gatorade bottles you carry for? You need to be quiet.
Bro, dude was unplayable in a lot of situations. You couldn't even yo. What up?
Hold on. Y'all saying Kendrick Perkins a bust?
I'm saying Kendrick Perkins got a lot of nerve to be talking about Kwame Brown when he was no better.
That's what I'm saying.
He clearly was better than Kwame Brown. That's not.
I mean, you can't get on here and you was this and you was that or anything like that. But you ain't never been. You ain't even played semi-pro. Then when you get out in the men's league, nigga, your ass is out there with your hands on your knees and shit like that, thinking that, okay, well, you call that guy a bust.
Yeah.
I don't tolerate that shit.
Yeah, here's the thing, Polo. You know me. We disagree on but I make it known. I make it clear that when I say that, when I critique players like that, like Kwame Brown is way better than me in basketball. I make that clear. You know what I mean? I'm just talking about.
Well, you don't have to come over here and defend yourself. But I'm just saying, as for my channel and for what I do over here, I don't call guys bust. I don't call them no trash because I'm gonna ask you, what did you do on any type of level?
Right. I'm saying that's the thing we disagree on. But I understand what you're saying. Because like I said, they play a level that we never played. That's why but when I do that, I make sure that I always mention that. Like I'm not on these dudes' level.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm just putting the context of what the level they play.
Yeah. You know now, if an NBA player, see, it's different if like an NBA player, like an NBA grade, or even an average NBA player that maybe did a little better than him, and he'll say this or he'll say that. Okay, that's more respectable. But okay, have you even? I'm not talking about you, True the King, or anybody else, right? But what have you done 12 years in and succeeded in? You know, like what career have you had longevity in? What business do you own? What LLC do you have? What property do you have? You know, that's what that. If you really want to dive deep, like True the King, he serves. He served in the military, so he has. Okay, he got leverage on something. Okay, he got leverage on something. What have you done? Have you made it through basic? So if somebody disrespect the military, right, and they say, "Oh man, well I ain't going in no white man army. I ain't doing this." Well, okay, can you make it through basic? Can you
Yeah,
put your life on the line? Can
right.
you can you watch somebody right before you, not trying to offend anybody, lose a life?
Yeah, I get
No,
what
you
you
can't
said.
handle that mentally.
Right, exactly. But this is what I'm at right here. And I mean this, and if people can take it the way they want. You cannot dispute facts. You cannot. And I hate when people I'm not talking about y'all. So whoever it is, if it fits you, so what? I don't care. Just come at me. I don't care. You cannot dispute facts. And these are some of the people when they come up, oh yo, you know this thing, and they want you to play along. No, I ain't no play along no more. You cannot dispute facts. You
Exactly.
cannot dispute facts.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the problem I have with some young ones and some old ones. I'm tired, like get back to Kendrick Perkins. How many nuts that you suck on that 2008 Boston Celtics team? If I want to get real gully, I can do that. Kendrick Perkins.
There was even Kevin Durant said about Kendrick Perkins. It was on ESPN First Take when Kendrick Perkins was criticizing Kevin Durant. He said, well, if he would have rebounded better and set screen and block shots, he would have won more games and possibly a championship. Even Kevin Durant called him out. So
And just like that stupid shit. Like I like with True the King, when he came to defense of Marcus Smart. They had all this stuff to say. Oh yeah, well he did that on purpose to Stephen Curry. No, he didn't. And just like they said, they try to say that about Giannis. Man, them motherfuckers is just focused on the game and stuff like that. And like what True the King was saying, you're taught to dive on the floor and stuff like that. Marcus Smart, man, if you met him in person, you've been around him. That guy's a humble cat, man. He's not like that, and he even wanted to check on. He talked to Steve Kerr about it and stuff like that. But see, the media, oh yeah, he did this. He wanted to end Steph Curry's career. He knew about his ankles and all that. He didn't do that shit on purpose. And I'm glad
You're
True the
right.
King came to
yeah, man.
Stop putting a skirt on Curry, man. Stop putting a skirt on him. Let him play, man. Stop putting a skirt on him. Stop.
Yeah, man. They trying to say that crap about Giannis last year in the playoffs, talking about the Kyrie. I'm like, nah, man, come on, man. I'm like, nah. Thing just a freak accident. The thing just happened. People playing hard, and it's a freak accident. People get hurt. People get hurt, man.
Yeah, man. Like you playing hard. Listen, man, it's all about you. When people playing hard and intensity, things like that. It's a contact sport. Anything can happen. When you drive into the lane in the air, you can possibly hurt yourself. It is what it is. I mean,
Yep.
it's not a thing.
When you people, when your playoff hopes is online or championship or whatever, you need a game to get into the playoffs. Anything can happen in a second. You see what I'm saying? I mean, there's no way. Now, there are dirty players out there, yes. But if you just talk about people that's trying to help their team win and things happen, you go try to come out somebody did something on purpose.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
You mess with their livelihood,
the
man.
Celtics is trying to grow. Like Celtics is trying to get over the hump and trying to win. Because when they lose, people criticize them. So what do you expect the man to do? Like they hear all that stuff. They get criticized for losing, and every case may be. But when they trying to go out hard, now it's dangerous. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
but Kendrick Perkins, I can't. I mean, I can't. With that Kendrick Perkins, he had a way better career than Kwame Brown. Though. Let's not even. I don't know. You can't even compare the two.
Well, let me say this. I mean,
Kendrick Perkins had a way better career than Kwame Brown.
He had a way better career than Kwame Brown.
No, he didn't.
Huh?
How he didn't? But you look at how he didn't have a way better career. Kendrick Perkins started on a championship team.
At a champion.
He started on a championship team, man.
Okay, I mean,
you can't be trash not starting. Like that don't make any sense.
Kwame Brown has been a starter. He started plenty of times in the NBA. I mean, like I said, they both
On
played just
trash
about
team, on trash
man.
team.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, neither one of those guys are Hall of Famers. I don't think Kendrick Perkins had the hype that Kwame Brown coming in, but still, I don't think he's much better than Kwame Brown. I don't believe he is.
Yeah,
I
Kendrick
mean,
Perkins not a Hall of Famer. He had a way better credit than Kwame Brown. He contributed
Really?
to his team.
not
He
by
contributed
numbers.
to his team winning.
Not by numbers. He didn't. Not by
What do
numbers.
you
He
mean
didn't.
by
Not
that's
even.
not,
I don't even need
what do
the
you mean
numbers.
by hold on? What do you mean by numbers when that wasn't his role?
I know,
His
but
role was
I mean, like I said, Kwame Brown came in the league with a whole lot of hype. Of course, Kwame Brown was expected to be an all-time great player. I get that. He was taken with the number 1 overall pick. Okay, I get it. He had more expectation just about anybody.
Yeah, but how many times we gonna say? I understand, bro. But just to get back to Kendrick Perkins, when Kendrick Perkins came out of high school, he came in the NBA. They thought he's gonna be one of the best big men gonna do some in the NBA. So if we gonna say this about Kwame, we can say the same. We can say
that's totally different because Kendrick was a
how
27
you
pick.
say it's totally different. He came out of high school.
He was a 27 pick. He didn't have that
But-
hype going the same.
But
He didn't have that hype, but he was in the same league.
But
He
that
was a-
being
he-
said,
he-
too, though, let's put things in perspective.
Yeah, I'll
Kwame
put things
Brown-
in perspective because
Kwame Brown had
I
more
watched it and I knew
opportunities.
some.
He had more playing opportunities to play when he came in the league. And Kendrick, first of all, Kendrick was a backup to Al Jefferson.
But
For
listen,
one of the first couple years in the league. People was
listen,
like, so
I know people personally in the AAU that actually told me they project Kendrick Perkins was going to be the next best big man coming in the NBA for the next 11 years. It was told to me they did project it, not as the hype of Kwame, no, but it was. And so what happens to me is that this is what I'm saying. This is again. If we gonna talk about Kwame like that, we better talk about him. Now the only thing you could say is that he probably better than Kwame because he got a championship. Okay, I give you
he's
that.
a better basketball player though. He's a better.
I disagree. I mean, like I said, I disagree. But like I said, Kwame Brown.
What basketball do y'all watch? He's a better basketball player.
Yeah, no, we watching the same basketball. They're in the same league, but one thing I do agree.
Hold on.
I do. One
Kendrick
thing.
Perkins getting hurt in the 2010 NBA Finals was a blow to the Celtics. One of the reasons why they lost. Let's not.
Well, look. Let me say this, man. Like I said, Kwame. Okay, let me say this. Kwame Brown had the most hype, had a lot of hype coming in the NBA. He just didn't live up to that. That's indisputable. That's indisputable. I agree on that. But at the same time, I still.
Then he fell out again. But
Kendrick wasn't bouncing around from team to team like Kwame Brown was.
well, let's talk about that situation. Kwame Brown was the number 1 overall pick. Now he was supposed to be traded for Elton Brand. That trade fell through. Michael Jordan wasn't trying to work up any rookies. That situation was not favorable for the development of a Kwame Brown.
It wasn't.
It's not like they said, all right, we're gonna work with this guy and help him. In fact they really just didn't like. Remember, as opposed to that, they tried to they was messing with his mids. Like he even talked about it. Like he talked about it. Anthony Thomas talked about it. Like you could go find people. They'll tell you what the situation as to how uneven his playing time was. It wasn't like he was getting a fair shake.
Listen, I understand all that, but in the day, he didn't take accountability into things that he could control.
What do you
I
mean
mean,
he
you
didn't take
understand
accountability?
What do you mean he didn't take accountability?
Other
Of
factors
what?
came into that.
Of what? He took accountability, played 12 years in
He
the NBA.
didn't work. He didn't work hard. Listen, he didn't
all right,
work hard.
we already talk about that, brother. But he
I'm
played
just that's what I'm
12
saying.
years.
But this is my whole thing. You compare him to Kendrick Perkins. Kendrick Perkins worked hard.
Did he?
You had-
Did he really?
Did
Or
he?
is that just stuff that he said?
Come on, man. I'll mute my mic over that. That is crazy. You say he worked hard. You say he worked hard to What?
Kendrick Perkins worked harder. First of all, look at the organization he played for. He had no choice. Like that don't even make any sense. You can't even compare it. You can't even compare it. That don't even
So,
make any sense.
which means you also got to look at the situation, because if one guy's in a stable situation, the other guy isn't. How the heck can we? Come on.
Right. He gotta work hard. Kwame gotta work hard. If he got, again, he delivered the expectations. Right, we get that, but he gotta work hard. For 12 years, he played 12 years.
Considering he was bouncing
something,
around, if
right?
he didn't work hard, and how he was
12
bouncing around, he
years?
would have been out.
All right, how long Kendrick Perkins play in the league?
Kendrick had what? A total of 16 seasons. Though really, like, it was 16 seasons. He was really just, but like after the 2013-14 season, he played very sparingly. Heck, even the early years in OKC, like, all right, he started, but he wasn't playable down the stretch. They didn't have. I remember looking at those teams. They did not play that man late in games. Like, once it got to like when you talk about the last 5 minutes, one night, he was not playing. What's up, Blue? Then he was with Cleveland. He after like the first 2 years in OKC. For 4 years, but he was really that. He was just participating, man. He was there, and if Kendrick Perkins is really really a better basketball player than Kwame Brown, let's not act like that too. 08 Celtics team didn't have Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce and Ray Allen and Rajon Rondo, Tony Allen, and other key guys that were pretty damn good, that were older guys, veteran team.
But at least Kendrick Perkins has help. Kwame Brown never really had no help.
Kwame had the benefit of playing with Kobe Bryant, but that was only Kobe Bryant as the plus player and like that top flight player, and a lot of other guys that were just guys.
I'm just saying Kendrick Perkins along the way had help.
Listen, Kendrick Perkins.
Kwame hadn't. Kwame had to do. It was hard. Nobody didn't want to work with Kwame because it was the thing. He don't work hard and stuff like. But I'm saying like this that, whatever we think about Kwame, he played 12 years. He didn't run. Kendrick Perkins, he shouldn't say nothing. And then if we take away, if he was not on the Celtics on 2008.
Man, ain't no one
it would have been the same, right?
Ain't no one would even recognize dude. It'd just be like, oh, who the heck is this cat? Oh, some dude who played in the NBA. Yeah. He'd just be one of those cats. He'd just be a guy that known for like, all right, if you know about him, he played in the NBA. Beyond that, no one recognized him. Like I said, Kendrick Perkins was a guy. He was no better than Kwame Brown. Now we can have it. If you feel he was, that's you. I disagree. It's what it is, but let's not. I'm not going to pretend that Kwame Brown was a worse player than Kendrick Perkins. A dude who had stability and yet in his career, yet only averaged 10 points one time in his career. Who was expendable? Who really was expendable piece. Never averaged more than 30. Never averaged 30 minutes in a season. So come on.
Yeah, but do you understand the situation? You explain the situation of Kendrick Perkins, right? But you refuse to talk about the situation what Kwame Brown was in too.
It was messing with dude's minutes. In fact, he got one season he got to 30 minutes to Kwame. That was his third year. He was averaging 10.9 a game.
I'm gonna say one last thing and like this, man. If we're gonna talk about conversation, let's talk about the whole conversation. I'm just saying like this though, that I'm not gonna take nothing away from Kwame Brown, but I'm just saying, Kendrick, you need to shut up. You don't have no right to talk about any. You don't have no right to talk about any player. You don't. And then the thing about what I like about Kwame Brown, he could have went to the network and get a job, but you know what? He got his YouTube, and then he start helping people and stuff like that. That should be under consideration, right? Because he knows the game. If you talk to Kwame is very intelligent. He could have, but
He can if you watch his Real Sports and news channel, you see him breaking down the game. You see him explaining, all right, these are things that you got to do defensively.
yeah.
Like, so.
And also he stepped up and talk about our people. We you know, injustices and stuff, you know, and I respect that. I really do.
This is just like Kendrick Perkins shouldn't, like, how you going to talk about Kwame Brown like how he was talking about when Kendrick Perkins was really no better of a player. He was in a better situation. He had team success, but he was no better of a player. In my opinion, he was worse. Like, so to be and why are you talking about Kwame Brown? It ain't got nothing. That had nothing to do with you. There was no reason for Kendrick Perkins to bring up Kwame Brown. Well, no good reason. But you know, Kendrick Perkins, he a puppet. We know what he is. But yeah, I gotta take care of some stuff today, so I'm gonna head out.
Be safe out there. It's crazy out there. Be safe, please.
I know. I'll do my best. You be safe too, JT.
Thank you. Appreciate you, man. Crazy. Chief Viking, Kendrick Perkins is with the Gillon, and what he's doing with that white man. Tell him what to do with his week. Oh, thank you, Chief Viking. Brother Polo went to sleep on us, man. That's that. Yeah, well, nobody here. Welcome to his channel, Brother Polo Sports and Entertainment. This is No One Grinder. Welcome. And talking about different stuff and everything. I just got back not too long ago, do some food shopping, man. I went to Walmart, got some deals. Yeah, it was all right. It was practically empty in Walmart, everything. But cause it was some upsets, y'all. There was some upsets. There was some upsets yesterday. St. Peter's beat Kentucky. Now, people said, but Kentucky didn't have this. And no, that's still upset. So, and I think we probably see quite a few upsets. And I think in mid-majors, they're going to upset some people. I think I said maybe another give and take. I said give and take maybe another 4 to 5 years from now. There's a mid-major going to win the championship. They're going to win the championship because some of the mid-major schools throughout the years they're getting closer and closer and closer, and then especially the last almost 2 decades they had recruit well. They're getting them top 50. They're getting the 5-star, the 4-star, and then sometimes they start right away. and even majority of them, they play 4 years, 3 to 4 years and stuff, and they get better. And so it would not surprise. I said, well, I said be 4 to 5 years, 4 to 5 years. You'll see a mid-major go win the championship. They're getting close. They're getting very close. Mid-majors, they're getting very close. And also the mid-major schools, they started to join the elite conference too, and they making noise. So mid-majors, they getting close.
Sorry about that, fellas.
What's up?
Yeah, no problem, man.
Do you agree with what I said?
No, what were you saying? I just came in. What were you saying?
No, I was saying for the last 20 years, mid majors had got stronger. They getting the 4-star and the 5-star player, and they play 3 to 4 years, and it seemed like the mid majors is getting better and better and better. So I said that another 4 or 5 years from now, don't be surprised you're gonna see a mid major win the championship. They're getting close.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
Absolutely.
So the big schools, y'all better start taking it for granted. You better go out there and get it, because them kids they gonna play right away. They ain't trying to be a redshirt freshman anymore. They want to play. So I'm just letting you know. I see. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, they pretty much stole LeVar Ball's concept. That's what we was talking about the other day, Grinder and brother Darryl Sloan. They stole his concept. With the JBA and everything. He was the one that had that idea first, and then they wanted to come with the whole G League Ignite thing and all that other stuff, and then they stole from Ice Cube and everything. The NBA taking it on a whole nother rail. They stole from Ice Cube or whatever, So, like Grinder said, these guys, man, they're looking to be successful. Don't get me wrong, but I like what Master P did with his son. Okay, Master P is like, okay, I'm setting you up not only on the fact that you want to be business smart and business and have business sense. You also got to set your kids up for generational wealth, so that kids and their family will have business sense and business smart. Mm-hmm. Because he's not guaranteed to make. Look, Percy is a good player, great player, but he's not guaranteed to make it in the league, and that's what we got to look at it.
Oh, exactly. I mean, nothing. A lot of people, or more than half these people in the world, majority of them not gonna have the opportunity, but some people can have it right there. They figure so that it escape away. So, and I'm glad it's a good thing that people are having these other leagues and stuff, development league, in case people don't want to go to college, because at the end of the day, just like you said, kids, I guess the players just want to become ready
mm-hmm.
to be in the NBA. More ready, because they have all these leagues and stuff now, which is a good thing, because instead of how the rules is in college, you see what I'm saying? They don't want to pay, which is bad. But I think they're trying to fix that. Now, the reason why, because you got all these other leagues now is willing to pay these young kids, these young athletes now. You see what I'm saying? So, and probably teach them more about the game than some things they do in college. So I think it's great for basketball. You see what I'm saying? It's always a good thing.
I think where the problem lies, brother Sloan and Grinder, that we limit ourselves, and we limit our not only do we limit ourselves and our potential, then it spills over to limiting your kids' potential and your family around you potential. No, if your kid or your family member comes up to you and they got an idea, no matter what age they are, they want to do 8 different things, support them on them eight different things. Do everything that you can to set them up to do 8 different things. because that's our problem now. Oh, well, hey, I can't find a route in this avenue. Man, I can't do anything else. That's what you hear a lot of the guys from the baby boomer age say. Well, they'll never take me because I'm too old. I can't do anything. Bullshit, not around my area. Oh, no, we're gonna learn computer. No, you're gonna learn the medical field. No, you're gonna learn. You're gonna get in the legal field. No, you're gonna learn whatever it
With all,
takes
yeah,
to
with all this
succeed.
technology, it's
Yeah.
all this technology, everything at your disposal. There is no excuse. There is no excuse.
And Kendrick Perkins, as far as him, man, he just doing it, man. Kendrick Perkins, man, is a real dude, man. Him and Stacks, them guys, they act nothing like they do on TV. They just putting up front, man, just because they trying to appease these networks and shit like that.
Yeah, they probably is, man.
You know, I got in a heated discussion yesterday, y'all. It was on another channel. You know, somebody say that Will Chamberlain and Bill Russell, they cannot play. They cannot play in this era.
And my reaction, you know what? And guess what? You know what my reaction is? You know what my reaction is? My reaction is what proof to get up there. Yeah. But my reaction is, yeah, it is. But my reaction is, I asked people there too. Well, I'm sorry. They say, but my thing is, what proof do they have of that? What proof? What proof? What proof do you have of that? They can't provide it if you ask them.
Hey, and if they look at Will Chamberlain, our brother Sloan and Grinder, if they looked at Will Chamberlain, they not know. Listen, one could argue, brother Grinder, that Will Chamberlain actually opened the doors for Biggs to handle the rock like that. Because Will Chamberlain was handling the rock. Am I lying?
Harlem Globetrotters.
He would handle the rock coast to coast and take it down. What do you think he's doing now? What do you think Jokic is doing now? What do you think Embiid is doing now? What do you think Shaq did?
Yeah, the man played for the Harlem Globetrotters, but you didn't see that all the time in the game because he had a whole bunch of skills, but Will Chamberlain didn't put that on display. You didn't see it all the time because he knew what he was supposed to do at his position. He knew what his role was on his team, what he was supposed to do at his position. You see what I'm saying? So he could have done more things. It was in his skill set, but he knew what he needed to do as a center, as a big.
You know what? I'm gonna pull something up. Yeah, I know, brother. You really appreciate what I put up. Where is it at? Oh, you know.
But if anybody say that about this, anybody say that about any era of the 60s, especially just the 40s, 50s, and 60s, anybody say that, they can't prove it. Because how do you explain this on Polo Sports and Grinder? How do you explain this? And this is what I would say to anybody. How do you explain players from the 1940s that played in the 1950s? How do you explain players from 1950s that played in the 1960s? How do you explain players from 1960s that played in the 1970s? How do you explain players from 1970s that played in the 1980s? How do you explain players from 1980s that played in the 1990s? How do you explain players from 1990s that played in the 2000s? How do you explain players from the 2000s that played in 2010s? And how do you explain players from 2010 playing in 2020s? See what I'm saying?
But
so it's crazy.
Yeah, but I got a stat right here, right? This is March 18, 1968. The late great Big Dipper, the one and only Will Norman Chamberlain. 53 points, 32 rebounds, 14 assists, 24 blocks, 11 steals. And the great thing about he did not foul out the game.
Never.
That's something no player can say.
Never.
And this is on his ninth. This is his ninth season, y'all. And you know what I'm talking about, brothers. When you approaching 9th and 10th season, and that's like in your 12. Like that's when your your skills start to roll. You know what I'm saying? And let me read it again. 53 points, 32 rebounds, 14 assists, 24 blocks, and 11 steals. So you think about it, if they would have kept that up there even 9 years before that, and Will still got most of the records in the NBA.
He holds 70-something records in NBA history. 90, but he holds 70-something by himself.
By himself. Say that again, brother. Because maybe they didn't.
He holds 90. He holds 90 something, like 96 NBA records, but he holds 70 by himself.
And you know what? To piggyback off of that, Grinder. Okay, y'all talking about him not fouling out, right? Well, check this out. Check this out, all right? If he didn't foul out, but you're saying that he can't play today's game. Well, what do you think today's game is if he rarely can touch you and all this other stuff, right? That goes to show you how mobile he is. He can move his feet. He can be he's just as fast as a guy that's 6'2", 6'3", or whatever. So if he's not fouling out, that means he could play defense without fouling, without touching, with just moving his feet.
The man, if you look up his 40 time, the man ran a 4.6, man. At 7'1", at the time 290. Michael Jordan ran a 4.3. LeBron James ran a 4.4. Wilt Chamberlain is only 3 seconds slower than Michael Jordan, and he's only 2 seconds slower than LeBron James.
You said who am I? You said who am I putting DJ over from the top 50 or top 75, Sonny? Because you got to realize if you're talking top 50, then I could just name probably just a hand full of players or whatever. But if we're talking about the NBA 75 right off the top, Dame Lillard and of course AD. Because AD's not even as durable. As I mentioned earlier, Daryl Sloan and Brother Grinder, he played 1,100 games. And he never missed less than 75. If you go back and you go the first 4 seasons, he was 81, 81, 82, 80. Durability, man.
It matters. And I take Artis Gilmore over Anthony Davis.
Any day.
Yeah.
Dame Lillard, I'll put it to you like this, Switch Life, coach, go sub to his channel. Hey, does Dame Lillard got a finals MVP? And guess who does? Hey, do we even got a ring on his name? Matter of fact, let's take it a step further. Does he have 9-time all-defensive, 6-time first all-team defense?
Oh.
Okay, I mean, come on. And did he? Oh, better yet, he play in Portland, right? Okay, they already got a championship. Hey, brother Daryl Sloan and Grinder, the Supersonics franchise, they never had a championship, and he was part of that.
And let's understand this too. The Seattle Supersonics, they was in the NBA just a little more than a decade when they won a championship. Cannot forget about that. That it was a travesty when they should how they treat Seattle back in the early 2000s. That was a travesty. That was one of the franchises they should have saved. I ain't like that because you had because once upon a time you had Ray Allen and then you had Kevin Durant. Picture if the Seattle would have kept that right then and there.
Yeah, I'm sorry, fellas, I'm back. But Wilt Chamberlain and Michael Jordan hold the highest vertical leap in the history of the game.
If Wilt Chamberlain played in today's era, and they talk about analytics and numbers, Daryl Sloan and Grinder, and they always bringing up numbers and analytics. Hey, we can have that argument. You know why? I bet you Daryl Sloan and Grinder would say that his plus minus would be insane. Oscar Robertson's plus minus would be insane because of what they were bringing in every other statistical category besides scoring.
And let me say, Brother Sloan and Brother Polo, picture if you would have put
put Big O with Will. And right, I'm talking right now.
What's up, LeBronto?
I'm telling you, I'm telling you, what was going 100 easy.
Yeah,
You
and it depends. And people leave this out though. People leave this out. Ain't none of these centers, the best centers, is not gonna be no top 10 centers. None of them. None of them is playing. They're gonna finish their career being a top 10 center. Probably won't even be in the top 15, top 20, possibly so. But who's gonna guard them at the center position? Basketball is not a one-on-one game. I'm just talking about strictly Will Chamberlain's position. Who's gonna guard him at center? Joel Embiid. All what Will Chamberlain have to do is bump into Joel Embiid one time, and Joel Embiid would get hurt.
But you know what I said, Brother Darryl? I wait. We know we ain't going.
Yeah, we ain't gonna see. You know what? You're right. We ain't gonna see it. I wish we could, but you know.
But you know what I'm saying. You know I know that it's like this, y'all. You know when you it's like it would not be, it don't make no sense to watch the game.
It probably won't.
It be like this, you know. It be like this, yo. They say like this, hey, Will Chamberlain 100 at the half, and we ain't watch it. Triple double. Oscar Robertson, triple double. What like Russell? You want to get triple? Yeah, I get triple. Go ahead. I'm telling you, it would be insane, man.
Hey, Grinder. I know what you're saying. Let's. Okay, they want to bring facts, right, Grinder? They try to throw all these numbers and stuff like that. Well, check this out, man. They talking about Will Chamberlain couldn't play in today's game.
They had no proof of that.
Okay, you know what the pace? The pace was. It back in the 60s. I'll say 61 to 62 for an example. It was 126.2, right? That was the pace of the NBA back in 1961, 1962. You know what 2016 to 2017 was, for example? Only 96.4. So basically, like they were playing at an extreme amount faster pace back in the day. So all this stuff about that black and white stuff y'all think was slow and all that other stuff, nah, bro. That's why they was able to get as many rebounds and all the steals and all that other stuff because these guys were going fast like that. Wilt Chamberlain, what 4.5 there?
He ran a 4. He ran a 4. Yeah, 4.5, 4.6, 4.6. He ran a 4.6.
That's stupid. Think about
at
that.
7'1". At the time, he was 290.
And you know what Brother Dow? I want you to understand what Brother Dow said. Around 290. We know that Will was carrying over 300, but Dow to round off 290. Am I correct?
That's correct.
There you go. He's round off 290. So you think of Will Chamberlain with 320, right? In the 100, run 4.6.
Yeah, that's a fact.
They rarely used a Grinder. They rarely used over 20 seconds per possession back in those days. Right now, they use up the whole clock. Like all that James Harden, dribble until about what Brother Del Sloan till 8 seconds left. No. Quick. Quick.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't when they run a fast break, the ball was not hardly touched the ground. Do you know how hard it is?
Yeah, but they don't have no. You know, if anybody would say that, man, ask them. I asked everybody I debated people before on somebody else's podcast one time. Give me the proof that they couldn't. Give me proof. They can't provide it. They can't give you no proof. They can't give you no facts. They can just say it, but they can't prove it.
Oh, the great Elgin Baylor cannot play in this league because he was too slow. What?
James Harden's playing. Elgin Baylor's way better than James Harden. In fact, he's better just about In fact, he's better than Carmelo Anthony. He's better than a lot of players that's playing.
I like Carmelo, but I agree with you on that. Because he do it both ends.
Right.
Of course,
Hey,
man averaged 13 and a half
Fast
rebounds.
LeBronto, you said Dennis Johnson was a key player. I'm sorry, brother Dale. So I'm just gonna read some of these comments. I'll let you go. Dennis Johnson was a key player in the Celtics championship. Yeah, absolutely, especially the '87 championship, which he gets no credit for. One could argue he could possibly have been MVP, not taking anything away from Larry Bird. Dennis Johnson was a scrapper. Yeah, he was a scrapper, and he played good defense too as well. What's happening, panel? Yeah, what's up with it, Trey Cater? You said DJ top 10 to 15 PG of all time. I got him a little higher, if you really want to be honest. You said back in the 70s, 80s, pass the ball more in advance, more quicker, like y'all said, instead of just all the ISO dribbling. That's facts. That's what Grinder was saying, and so was brother Dale Sloan. My bad, bye.
Yeah, no problem. But yeah, the man ran a 4.6 around, just like I said, around 290. He probably weighed more. I just give it a range. You see what I'm saying? But the man ran a 4.6. The man averaged 46 minutes. The man averaged 46 minutes in his career.
Never fouled out.
Never fouled out. There's nobody. Allen Iverson is the last. It's probably the last guy. Is probably the last guy that averaged 40 plus minutes. I have to go look that up. But yeah, or probably LeBron James. But Allen Iverson, as far as people say, the quote unquote modern player, is the last guy that averaged 40 minutes in his career.
And then and go more on Brother Dowell's point too. The NBA back then they had less teams, so that means you got to bring your best every night.
Of course, the man averaged 46 minutes in his career. Wilt Chamberlain averaged 46 minutes. There's nobody that can average 46 minutes today. LeBron James wasn't doing that when he was younger. And a matter of fact, Wilt Chamberlain's worst year that he averaged 42 minutes was LeBron James' best year in Cleveland.
And his numbers is it's retarded, man. His down years was retarded, man. I mean,
Yeah, you're right, Deion Reed.
yeah, he will.
Yeah. I mean,
you said Elgin Baylor was ahead of James Harden. Everybody's above it. You know what really fucks me up inside, y'all? Daryl Sloan is the fact that they try to compare this dude to Earl the Pearl. Man, I'm like, get up out of here. Yeah, they compared James Harden to Earl the Pearl Monroe. I'm like, Earl the Pearl Monroe, first off, was way more efficient than James Harden never will be.
Especially in college, Winston-Salem, Earl the Pearl averaged over 40 points a game in college.
Winston-Salem State. Yeah.
Thank you. And then
the reason why that Earl the Pearl didn't put up more numbers is because he went to New York. They were sharing the ball there. If we would have stayed with the Bullets, he probably would have averaged about 24 points for his career, 24 or 25 points. But he went to New York.
He was Black Jesus, yo. Come on. And that's another person we talk about. They don't give him credit either.
Yeah, a lot of people would give him credit. You see what I'm saying? So it's crazy.
All I can say on behalf of brother Sloan and brother Polo, y'all need to be in class, man.
Oh yeah, and
we give you facts. Y'all need to be in class, man. Y'all got the nerd talk about come on.
But here's the thing, Polo. And number one grinder. They can't prove it, man. They can tell you, but they can't prove it. That's the thing I'm saying. They can't prove it. Yeah. You can say it all you want to, but if you don't have no proof, then it's nothing.
Somebody told me, I said, The Lakers, the first three-peat. No, they wasn't. It was not the first three-peat. Who was it? Minneapolis Lakers.
Minneapolis Labor, George Mikan. He won 5. I think he won 5 or
Right.
7 titles with that team. 5 or 7 titles, I believe.
And break it down what Brother Darryl was saying along the way when they broke, it was a three-peat. They were the first two. They the first three-peat.
They let you know right there. They let you know right there they don't know anything. They let you know right there, man.
Right, now y'all see, right? When I say something, Darryl, Brother Sloan finish it. It goes to show we know what we talking about. But see, but y'all want to run your mouth. You cannot dispute facts. And the people don't know what George Mikan was. Okay.
Now if they would have said, they would have had a point. They would have said if that was the last. Oh, well, they talk about the 2000 Lakers, the three-peat. Yeah, that was the recent three-peat. Recent, yeah, but not first.
Not the first.
Not the first.
And make it so bad. Y'all can Google it. It's in there.
Yeah, they got all this information. Yeah, they got all this information, but you got all this technology to prove it. And see, that's the thing. That's the thing, Griner. They too lazy to do the research, man. They don't do research, man.
See again. You see how Darryl finished the sentence I finished his, and Paul how he finishes. Why do you think that? Because we do our homework, we study, we learn from the older ones. We take pride.
What's up with it, Trader Cater? Now you said the problem is arguably of course he is. I bring him up. Brother Sloan brings him up, and of course that motherfucker Griner brings him up because of the New York City Spine. And on top of that, he opened up a basketball school. Did y'all know that? What's up, Omaha KC Kings? I see you in the building. The guy that always deflects me a lot, but I'm glad you on the right track today. You said Dennis Johnson was great. Him right ahead of Tiny Archibald. Ooh, and I love the skate. I love the skate. That's arguable. Though.
Okay, now they Archibald the first one was led the league in scoring and assists now. So
yeah. I hope Omaha Kansas City Kings know that he's the only person to do it, and it's still to this day he's the only person to do it.
Right. So stop saying LeBron, y'all. Okay, stop it. He's the first one, and then it was last. Am I correct?
That's correct. That's correct.
There you go. See that? Finish sentence again. See, it's too easy. It's too easy for us, y'all. Come on, you gotta get some more. Come on.
Now I'm gonna say this. I went back and looked. Oscar Wilde was essentially probably the first one, but you know what? They counted total. They counted more so total assists and points than average.
Right.
There's
a difference.
Yes. So I'll say that.
Hey, and my coach, my athletic director at Job Corps, he was best friends with Nate the Skate, or they used to call him Nate the Skate, not Tiny. Back where he was in DC. Am I right? Am I lying, Grindr and Brother Strong?
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
They were like best friends. His name is Stanley Milton. He was the head athletic director at my Job Corps.
And Tony Archibald, one of the fastest point guards in the history of the game.
Strong too.
Yeah.
Can go either side of the court.
Yeah, fast, great ball handling.
Can shoot too.
Yeah. He had a good shooting game.
Yeah.
Good field goal percentage.
Mm-hmm.
Can play, man.
Defense.
Yeah, he can play defense.
Yeah, very underrated.
Oh, absolutely, man.
It's too, Brother Sloan, brother Paul. It's easy, right? It's too easy. Right? Tell you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, all they gotta do is do research about a lot. But you know what? The problem is, as you know, number one grind in Polo Sports, they don't want to study anything before 1980. That's the
30
problem.
years, right? Am I correct?
That's correct.
That you brought a good point because Brother Paul, do I say this? And he finished it. I said these players, they do not want to study the microwave years. After 30, they stop.
Right.
It proves my point. And then in the 80s, y'all still was getting it wrong. Y'all don't talk about Dr. J. Y'all don't talk about Dan Issou. Y'all don't talk about the Iceman.
Yeah, you know what the problem is? It's just like what a lot of people don't know, man. People are talking about yeah, but ABA wasn't that good. Okay, so if it wasn't, let me say this: take out the slam dunk contest, take out the 3-point shooting contest, take all that out, take out the ball, take out carrying the ball handling, because what they don't know is the ABA introduced all that stuff to the NBA, all that stuff, all that stuff, the razzle dazzle.
Yeah. So
Take all that out there.
Right, and go more on Brother Dallas point. So when the ABA folded, I believe in 76, that's when, because the NBA at that time was old. It was so much a tradition, and the people was not coming to the games. So that's when the NBA started implement those things. But the NBA did not discover it. It came from the ABA.
Exactly. And the ABA probably in the 70s probably had the best athletes that allowed them to do. The NBA was the best league, but the ABA had a lot of a little bit greater athletes and more fancy to watch and more probably appealing.
Yeah, and the white boys could play some ball too. They was dunking too. Boom. They wasn't doing. The NBA wasn't even seeing nothing like, oh my god, like what Bill Warren said. The ABA wasn't nothing like that. Oh yeah, but when they start coming in, you know what happened? George McGinnis, Artis Gilmore, George Gerber. A lot of people understand San Antonio Spurs was an ABA team.
Yeah, Denver was. New Jersey Nets was.
Excellent point, Brother Sloan. Denver was another team with the ABA.
Mm-hmm. Yep, sure was.
Indiana Pacers.
Yeah, it's just like, Indiana Pacers. I know I forget the team. Indiana Pacers were.
So stop capping, y'all. Oh yeah, okay. But some of those teams that you see right now came from the ABA. So this is the NBA. Y'all know y'all something else, man. Y'all discovered. You know everything that you have right now came from the ABA.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know that though. That's why people don't do their research.
And trust me, the Indiana Pacers teams back in the 70s, ABA, they was great teams.
Downtown Freddie Brown.
Listen, how do you know downtown Freddie Brown? Later on, he played with Seattle Supersonics, helped him win the championship. Downtown Freddie Brown. He was shooting downtown even before the 3-pointer come.
The first person that made a 3-point shot was NBA. 3-point shot was Chris Ford. A lot of people don't know that. Yeah, 78. Yeah, 78. Yeah, Chris Ford.
It's too easy. I love y'all, man. It's too easy. It's easy, man. Stop playing with us. It's too easy, yo. It's too easy, man. It's too easy, man. I love talking like this. Y'all don't know. It's who Chris Ford played with the Celtics. I'm playing. Come on, that's too easy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But yeah, if anybody say some bull crap like that, they would never. But they would never go deep into it and prove anything. They would never do that. They can just say things like that, but they can never prove it. Never.
And then at the same time, I told people, you ever heard of Dan Issou?
Exactly. Denver Nuggets and ABA. Denver Nuggets.
You ever told me ever seen Dan Issou play? Oh my god.
Yeah. In the Kentucky Colonels in the ABA. In the NBA, Denver Nuggets.
Kentucky Colonels. That's right. Mm-hmm. 6'9", 6'10", can bring up the rock, rebound, blocks, and everything. Sweet. Man, y'all don't know, man. Y'all don't know, man. Y'all don't know.
Of course they don't. Of course they don't know, man.
Oh my God. Y'all
of course they don't. It's crazy. Of course they don't know.
Now, if they would have had like a top 100, I don't even think they would put him in either, man.
Say what?
I said if they would have done a top 100, they wouldn't even put them players in what we talk about. You know?
Yeah, they should. They should. They should. I mean, you know.
George McGinnis, World Be Free.
Oh, of course. Lloyd, Lloyd, World Be Free.
Hops, y'all. Hops.
Gifford College, man.
He was only 6'2".
Yeah, Gifford College. Greensboro, North Carolina.
Mm-hmm. Kenny Skywalker.
David Thompson.
It's only 6'4", y'all.
Shelby, North Carolina. David Thompson. Won the video alley-oop. Cloud and Glad Austin, NC State.
Yeah. And you know, at that time when he played, they couldn't dunk the ball, so he had to lay it up.
Yep, exactly.
He was his head was over the rim, y'all. He was actually had to duck and tap it in, y'all. And he even jumped hard.
And then you have Dr. J. You got players still now. Since Dr. J flew for the free throw line 1976, it's still being talked about. And that happened in 1976. You got guys that still dunking from the free throw line because of Dr. J, because of what he done.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't know how well-rounded Dr. J was. They were talking about the dunk show. Yo, he can get you 7, 8 rebounds, 5 or 6 assists, get you a few steals in there, but they never talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people underrate his jump shot. You know, a lot of people don't understand that, man. Well, look at the New York Nets.
Absolutely. Too easy.
Yo, them ABA teams was no good. You crazy? Them ABA teams was competitive.
A lot of times, they ABA and NBA teams face a lot of times in the All-Star, the ABA and NBA All-Star game in the 70s.
And you know who was winning? Tell them.
ABA.
It's killing them, y'all. But y'all ain't young, but y'all don't want to hear that part, right?
No, they don't know. They don't know, man. They don't know.
And that's why the NBA, well, yo, we got to find a way to shut this down, man.
Exactly. Some of the best players came from the ABA to the NBA, and that was dominating.
Mm-hmm. They did the ABA dirty. They knew. They caused them to get the TV contracts, telling them that, you know, they was bankrupt, man. They were dirty. NBA was dirty, y'all.
Yeah, it was, man. Rick Barry played in the ABA.
Yeah. Another one very underrated.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely.
Anyway. And he had hops too.
Yeah, Rick Barry was a great all-around player, actually.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I remember that. This was when I was married back in the 90s. You remember the NBA Live with the team?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yo, Rick Barry. Yo, I played Rick Barry. This motherfucker was world. That is world. Ripping people, catching to the boards. I mean, laying up and everything. And you know, there's another one too. I find out this on PlayStation 3. Bob McAdoo could do it all.
Oh yeah, Bob Mac. Oh yeah, one of the original stretch fives, man. They could shoot.
Yeah,
they could shoot, post up.
Man, yeah. Listen, man. Let me tell you about the team that I had, man. When I had P3, man. Because you know, you could tell people you could switch it up and play the old players and the current players. I had World Clyde Frazier. I had Jordan. I had McAdoo. I had yo, check it. Oh yeah, I had McAdoo, Powell. You know, McAdoo was a small forward. Wilt was the middle, and Yeah, it was Russell at the 5.
Defense all day in the middle, man.
Oh my God, fucking Mac was killing him. Like, God damn, I ain't know. He was get the fuck. McAdoo was got like triple double. It was like crazy. Clyde was ripping and everything. Jordan they were having fun. I like, God damn. And then I had I had Russell score too. I had Russell, but they was catching. McAdoo was catching shot like, dang man, I ain't know you was blocking shots. I said, yo, yeah, I be honest. I put in easy mode and see. I played like the 82 games. I said, damn, I ain't know that easy. I said the last two. I said, y'all, I be 80-2, but in the playoffs, it was undefeated. Yo, they ain't no joke. Then I put like it harder. It was I think it was like maybe 69, 69, something like that. Yeah. Yo.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, dominated.
Yo, I'm telling you, man. Yo, I'm telling you, and I'm saying and then Russell was getting up too. Oh my God.
Yeah, he was a world class athlete. He was like, I think around the country, he participated in the Olympics. Around the country, he was 10th, and the United States he was ranked number 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked that up. World class athlete.
See what I'm talking about? See, there you go. And then people say, "Oh, Bill Russell cannot play in this league. He can't do." I say, "Best one ever, man. You crazy? Where is your talk?" No.
Well, they had no, like I said, they had no proof of that. They can't prove anything. They can just say it. Anytime you got Draymond Green, anytime you got him in the NBA, and anytime you got, I mean, look, man. Look, that's just one example. There ain't nowhere in the world that he can't play. The
And
rebound, block shots, run a fast break, pass. He could probably
right.
lead your team in assists. He led his team in assists like 4 times.
Yeah, right.
Run up and down like a small forward. Run up and down the court. Can cover the whole front court. Can be on the perimeter.
Yep. I told him like this, yo.
Agile. Come on, man.
I told him, don't you never compare him to Bill Russell.
No, there's no comparison at all.
Don't do it. I tell you, don't do it. No. Because you're gonna lose the argument. Why?
Easy.
I said like this: take away high school and take away college. 11 rings, done.
Done. And if they would have had
five MVPs. How many defensive? Man, I can't even.
he listen. Here's an interesting thing right here. If they would have had Finals MVP, Finals MVP got awarded in 1969. If they would have had it in Russell's career, he probably would have won more than Michael Jordan. That's the case. He probably would have won more. He probably would have been the only one if they had it. If they had it, and when he retired his last year in the NBA, when he won the championship, when their team won, he was first team All Defense over Wilt Chamberlain. He was first team. That's a fact. He was first team All Defense over Wilt Chamberlain.
Oh, Wilt Chamberlain.
You said who was it? Oh, hold on, my bad, y'all. You said, Paul, I saw off topic question. Who was better? You know who I'm already about to say. I gotta go with, David Thompson, bro.
Yeah, he was first team. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I would just answer his question. Go ahead, Brother Sloan.
Yeah, he was first team All Defense over Wilt Chamberlain, and Wilt Chamberlain didn't even make it that year. Danny Thurman was ahead of him in the second team as far as the center spot.
Right.
And then he essentially won Defensive Player of the Year, but they didn't have that award. They didn't have that award until 1984, 1985. He was Defensive Player of the Year really his last year, but Associated Press just didn't give out the award.
And Omaha, KC. You know, and Brother Sloan and Brother Grinder. I think it's a crying shame that nobody talks about a high flyer like Connie Hawkins. He
Oh,
was
the
a high
Hawk. Oh,
flyer
yeah.
too.
And got
Absolutely.
Elgin Baylor, David Thompson, Dr. J, you know, guys like that, Connie Hawkins, David, you know, all them guys, they innovated what you see, like that what MJ doing, and then Vince Carter, and then you know, even today when you talk about guys like John Morant and all these guys.
yeah, and you know what Lou Conosucker said? The late great Lou Conosucker from St. John's. He see Connie Hawk, the late great Connie Hawkins. He said Connie Hawkins was taken off the foul line when he was 12.
I
Man,
heard Will
Connie Hawkins.
Chamberlain was doing that too.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
he was.
In Kansas.
Yeah.
He barely had a running start.
Yeah, and you think about right there. And then you know what happened to Connie Hawkins? He got caught up in something that had he had
Oh, a scandal. Yeah.
a scandal that
Point shaving.
point shaving, right now.
And then Shady tried to take some money too.
He had nothing to do with it.
Yeah. And I think they held him out until like 4 or 5 years, 5 or 6 years until he could play in the NBA.
We talking about almost 8 years though.
Yeah, 8 years. Okay, my fault.
Because he got put on the Phoenix Suns in
In
Spanish.
ABA, yeah.
What's up, Jacob Jennings? I see you in the building, man. You can hop in too. We got another historian up in here.
Oh, what's going on, Jacob?
Yeah, Jay. I like guys that know their history, man. They know the past before the present, and people ain't just cemented into it.
Connie Hawkins from my time, from where I was born and raised at Brooklyn.
And Connie Hawkins, another one underrated, and another underrated person.
Don't get no credit for
Yes,
he don't get no kind of credit for the innovation.
Could shoot, pass, break up the rock. Come on, what? When y'all see Connie Hawkins in the late 60s, that was the old Connie Hawkins. And he still putting in work.
Absolutely. He could pound the ball, big hands, pound the ball, powerful dunks.
Could pass either hand. He could pass in any spot of the court. I said, God damn. How you make that pass?
Hop in, Jacob. He probably got to work though. I know he said he was probably finna go to the game. You know they having the games out here. You know UNC and Baylor.
UNC winning. Yeah, they winning right now. UNC winning right now.
Where they playing?
Who they playing?
Playing Baylor.
Baylor?
Yeah, that's the matchup everybody want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. UNC beating them 67-43. It's the second half. 10 minutes, 8 seconds left.
Yeah, 67-42, man. And hey, brother Daryl, man, I picked Baylor. Oh man.
hey, man. Playoffs
that
are different,
messed
man.
up everything up for me, man.
Playoffs different, man.
Damn, bro.
It's different.
Man, nah, skip all that. I can't have North Carolina winning. You know I'm a Duke fan. Come on, Baylor.
Hey, look. Hey, man, listen. As long as they ain't North Carolina, don't matter. I want for the Carolina team.
Look, I know.
I know how you feel about it. Trust me. Hey, man, I get it, man. I get it. Duke.
Nah, I got respect. I'm not like a guy that absolutely hate Carolina because I respect. Matter of fact, I love the players that come out of Carolina, but you know. I don't want them to win still.
Oh yeah, I get that, man. Trust me, I feel the same way about Duke, man. I get it. You guys play. I understand what you said, man. I get it.
You say you're just tuning in right now. Okay, it's all good. Still keep it going if y'all want to.
Yeah, man.
Man, it's good to talk to people that know history, man, and you know.
Yeah, man. I mean, a lot of people are misinformed, man. It's either that they're misinformed, or they just, or they don't. Either that they don't know, or they don't want to do the research.
Another person we don't talk to, I know Oh, Daryl Dawkins.
Chocolate Thunder.
Chocolate Thunder, yeah. Got hops too, y'all.
Oh yeah, powerful player. He's the reason why the Rams, breakaway Rams,
Oh,
been the breakaway Rams.
First person shattered him, y'all. Bang. Did say it was Jerome Lane. No, it wasn't Dawkins, man.
Daryl Dawkins, man.
You know, some people were saying when Shaq was doing, yo, where was Shaq the first one doing? No, he wasn't. Daryl Dawkins. How do you know that? Okay.
That's evidence. There's evidence. That's what I'm saying. There's evidence to prove that, man. I mean, y'all, it ain't hard just typing in, just look it up. It ain't that hard.
They don't want to, but they don't want to.
They ain't interested in doing that. You see what I'm saying? That's how people end up, getting embarrassed in arguments. Trying to debate basketball, man, or anything. Matter of fact, they don't have proof. They don't have no evidence. They don't have facts. You see what I'm saying? That's how people end up, having miscues and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm getting ready to go, fellas, man. But I appreciate y'all letting me on the panel.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Nice talking to you again, man. Do you have my email?
Yeah. Hold on for a second. Hold on. Let me get it. Hold on for a second. Hold on. Okay, I got you. What's your email, man?
JTBlackman56@gmail.com.
JT, hold on. Blackman
56@gmail.com.
All right, man. I got it, man. Okay, I got it.
Man, hit me up right now so I can plug you in.
All right, man. I got you, man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate
All right,
you.
Polo. All right, man.
All right, y'all be easy, man. I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down, man. Make sure y'all go subscribe to the homie Daryl Sloan and the brother JT #1 Grinder.
Shut it down, man.
They got good channels. Be sure y'all go subscribe to them. Make sure y'all like the video, share it, subscribe, hit the notifications so that you are notified. You know me, I'm gonna be here and keep at it all day. I never stop hustling, no matter what, man. You know what I'm saying? For y'all guys that's out here and y'all getting all, oh man, man, you're not doing this or you're not doing that, and man, I don't rock like that around here. You know what I'm saying? I keep it going. Whether like I say, and like I told Grinder, where 2 or 3 are gathered, man. That's my mentality. And if I'm by myself, hey, you fly dolo. That's what, man. One stop, man. Don't let nothing stop your show. You know what I'm saying? Because if they stop your show, then it's gonna stop the growth.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Don't get all, oh man, they ain't listening. No. It's because people don't want to hear the truth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People think they know it all. People are stubborn. People, they all about numbers and all this other, man. I could care less about numbers. As long as I got real soldiers that's going to stand 10 toes down with me. Yeah. And if you're faking it, while you're around me or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's going to come to the light too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For y'all people that's up here just faking it on trying to impede the LDBC's growth. You know what I'm saying? I'm for real about that. So these people, this is my last point. For y'all people that's coming over here or going to Grinders channel or going to any other channel, you know what I'm saying, showing that fake love, that fake support or whatever, man, we know who you are. We know who you are, man. Yeah. And I'm putting it down for you listen, if you don't come here showing no support, you know what I'm saying, but then you're going to have the audacity to ask me for a wrench or be a mod and all this other bullshit, but you don't contribute, but then again, you want to criticize other motherfuckers' channel, man, get the fuck on with that bullshit. That's not what we're here to do. And I'm definitely not going to quit grinding for nobody else, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how y'all other motherfuckers is, but I don't get down like that.
I feel the same way too, man. Me and Paul fam, yo. You got to get used to it. We fam. Get used to it.
You know what I'm saying? Like man, look, if you coming over here just to, check the channel out, see who over here, or get jealous, all that. I don't get into all that bullshit. Oh well, you ain't got this person over here, nigga. Get the fuck on there, nigga. Get go, nigga. You ain't hurt my motherfucking feelings. I could care less, man. Shit, I got I got kids and a wife to worry about, rather than your punk ass feeling all sensitive about, because you this person ain't over here, or that person ain't over here. I don't give a fuck. Shit, nigga. Like I said, keep on and keep at it. I'm talking about all my LGBT brothers and casual people that come over here. I'm gonna talk about me, the brother True Raw, LB, Ticket, T Price, Grinder, brother Daryl Sloan, Scrub Zero, Jose. We all gonna talk about what the fuck we want to. James, everybody. We gonna talk about what we want to, and we gonna combat this motherfucking media. That's what we gonna do. Till then, man. Y'all be easy, man. Big dog status. I'll holler at y'all.
Peace.